Zamgas seemed to be on a regular line today. Is he looking to be returning? Maybe
yeah, I expect him to be ready to go. He looked good. I'll have another conversation with him, but yes, he looked good.
On the other hand, Casey Fitzgerald, I assume, won't be going on this trip.
It doesn't look like he will at this point. Obviously, we have extra bodies and no sense rushing him back, and we'll probably turn to the guys that are reintegrating. A couple more defensemen went through practice, Butcher and Miller, and they are definitely, they're gearing up toward game shape, and I'm comfortable with where they're at as well.
You talk about bouncing back from games, and we talked about it a lot last week. Now here's another example. It's going to be 3-4 days between games, but just you have to kind of get back to the quote unquote regular schedule now on this trip. I mean, how much of a challenge is this, and how interested are you to see the reaction?
Yeah, very interested. When you play Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, and then Calgary thumped us pretty good, and that's the next one. So I don't think we'll have any problem confronting the realization that you're in the NHL, and every challenge is daunting if you're not prepared well for it, and we need to prepare well for what's ahead. And I think we all enjoyed the last few days. It was great. It's going to be great memories to have played that outdoor game and had success in it. But I think we understand we need to move on, and the faster we do, the better.
Don, on Saturday you mentioned how excited the guys were to see Drake Caggiula after he had been gone for a little bit. There could be some changes in the next week, and obviously they all know that this is a business, but is it going to be hard to make some changes when these guys are really gelling?
Yeah, it will be hard to see anybody go at this point. You can see just in the practice we had today, everybody stayed on the ice, and they didn't stay on the ice and pat each other on the pads. They were doing battle drills along the walls and in small areas, really beating the heck out of each other, because they enjoy it. They love it. They love being out there and with each other. And yeah, it's going to be tough to see anybody go if that be the case this week.
There was a play Sunday. I think Matthews was coming down on Samuelson, and he just wrote him out of the play or broke it up. I can't remember. But I mean, to have Austin Matthews coming at you at a rookie, and he just calmly kills the play. Like, what does that illustrate to you?
Yeah, that's why I've said to you guys so many times why Matthias is such a key guy for us now and into the future. He is an athletic giant. I mean, his athleticism is incredible. He moves that big frame of his so well, so quick. And beyond that, he has hockey sense, he has determination, he has so many intangibles. Easy to see. I watched him, when he was in the trial camp at the national team, so I've tried to track him a long time. And yes, he can play he did lots of what you said against Matthews, against Landeskog, another big, talented, experienced forward on the Avalanche. So it's awesome to see. He'll keep, he has the ability to continue to do that with us, and that's what's exciting on my end. Perfect example is Matthews. I know Austin extremely well, obviously, having coached him, and know the high level of his talent. So having coached other players like that around the league, I have a real good feel and gauge for when I look at Matthias and say, he's not going to have any problem with him. I know he can do it. And it's comforting for me to have that knowledge of some of the best players around the league, and I have no problem with him going against him.
After the game, Darlene was commenting about Cousins and how we're all brothers in that locker room. And as a coach, you can't force that. I mean, you can't sit there and say, you guys go out together, or you guys become friends, or whatever. It obviously has to be a natural progression as it comes about it. What's it been like for you to just watch it, as I said, because that's something maybe you don't have a whole lot of control over is guys.
Yeah, I think as a coach and management, you can ruin that. You can ruin that. And I think if by overreacting to things, by being too aggressive as an organization, as a coaching staff, by not appreciating people or work that goes in, you can crush the opportunity for that. And I think what Kevin has set up here, what Kim and Terry Pegula have set up here is is it makes my job a lot easier to foster an environment for that to grow. I don't have to scream and yell. I don't feel like I'm under the gun and under pressure every day. And you know, I've said to you guys many times, you know, the key is not to overreact. I have to react to stuff, but I am not going to overreact to stuff. And if you do that, I believe you would crush the spirit. And I think that happens a lot in pro sports. And again, I think it starts at the top with us. I feel that Kevin has really allowed us to have and create a family type environment here. And I can tell you, I've been in big families, and we beat the hell out of each other, and it was competitive, and it was not fun sometimes. But there was a standard that we had that my parents laid out for us, and I feel that there's a standard in this organization that has been set. We don't need to overreact, but we need to stay competitive, and I think these guys are thriving in it.
But when you see Dylan do that, or Dylan wait for his teammates, he was basically supposed to go to the locker room. He didn't.
Yeah.
He's waited outside the arena for his teammates.
Yeah, that's a feel I don't know if you can even explain. You just do that when you feel comfortable to do that, and you feel that's the right thing, and it's so your players are in the moment, and we want our players in the moment. We don't want them thinking, "Oh my God, if I stay here, he's going to be mad at me. If I do this, he's going to." We don't want any of that. We need these guys in the moment so they can read and react and feel their emotions, and and that I think is some of those things are symbolic, and we see those as those are reassuring to us because that's what we want. And lots of teams talk about family, and I think it's so easy to crush it when you're in a position of authority as a general manager, as an owner, as a coach, and. I like where we're at in that regard, and we have lots of other things to work on. We don't need to complicate the work on the other things. So, again, a good moment for all of us, and I think Dylan was doing nothing more than not worried about what this may look like or what this may. This is what I feel like right now. I don't want to leave my team, and I don't have to worry about any consequences. So it's nice.
What does that chemistry say about the group and the quality of people that Kevin Adams has put together here?
It says a lot, and I say that, but that's more of a feeling for me. I just feel that. You feel these guys do care about each other. Like I said, there's so many indicators to me, and it's fun to go to work with people every day. These guys are role models. There are lots of people in their own families and look up to them. It's not easy being in the NHL, and a lot of times that can pull you out of it. You're trying to play a role, and I think all of these guys are past that, and we're seeing them at their authentic person, and that's important to us. And it's a lot more fun to have success that way. Trust me. So.
Thank you.
Thanks.